to us a little bit about one of my favorite new features is the traversal stuff that she's doing.
For the traversal, one of the things that is important for us, it's really to, really to bring the aspect of survival, keep that, but also having a much more experienced ladder. Like, for example, on Rise, you always have to climb up, and then when you were going down, you were dropping or going down a slope to come back. So in this case here, we had the rappel down, so really going down, and that will provide a lot more control in terms of how Lara explored, and also the underwater.
Which, right, we're going to get to see a piece of this right here. This is so cool.
I think what's really important is that since we're showing Lara being the most confident, the most capable she's ever been, we have to make sure we're upping the stakes in every other part of the gameplay. So when you ask about traversal, yes, the world now is pushing back even more. The world is always a character in the Tomb Raider games. And so the world is protecting its secrets, so it's going to make it even more challenging for her. So there's a little bit of a, how am I going to get up there? You've got the rappel, you've got the wall run, you've got the swing. So these are all things that add a layer of difficulty to the exploration and the traversal.
Nice.
And now she's fighting like eels in the underwater?
Absolutely. Well, if you're going to, so our fans have been asking us for swimming. It's one of the things that was always a hallmark of the previous Tomb Raider games, the classic ones. And whenever we deliver something that the fans are asking for, sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for, because we're always going to view it through our modern survival lens. And so in this case, we say, all right, if you're going underwater, if you're swimming, it's going to be underwater survival. You're going to have to deal with air pockets. You're going to have to deal with piranhas and moray eels. You're going to have to think about, do I really want to explore what's down that dark cavern? Because I don't know if there's an air pocket. It might be a hidden tomb. It might be a reward. It might just be my death waiting for me.
And this is all going back to the world just pushing back against you because she's so adept now, right?
Absolutely. The world has these hidden pockets of secrets. It protects the truth. And Lara's one of the few people in the world that has the skills and the will to actually go and survive in those areas in order to uncover those truths.
So you actually could run out of air and then just be stuck under there and die and have to start over. That's very cruel.
Absolutely.
Okay, so right now, are we going to see one of the tombs that are going to be in this game? Yes,
this is absolutely the entrance. So what Lara's doing here is so here she goes talking about have to find the tomb. Good segue. So what Lara's doing here is she is unraveling a mystery, and she knows that Trinity is hunting for this relic, and Lara wants to find it first. And this is to Dan's point when he was talking about Lara, really being on this journey where she feels like she's the only one that can take the fight to Trinity, the only one that can defeat them. That's actually going to lead to her being a little bit more aggressive and making a rash decision that's going to trigger the Maya apocalypse.
Yes.
So what are some of the new gameplay systems you're most excited for people to try out?
What are the most successful, and what are the gameplay systems you're most excited about?
The gameplay system I'm most excited about is, I would say, about the underwater is one of the things, because not only you see it here, it's about survival and anything, but there's moments there of full exploration. It's scary, but it's full exploration. It's very open, and you can explore. Also, all the system of the hidden city, all the interaction that you have with people, it provides a certain depth to the character you've never seen before with interacting with all these people and learning about the culture and learning about the world, because this is going to be the most Tomb Raiding of all the Tomb Raiders of the origin story, and that was important for us because that was the trajectory. So going and finding your first living, breathing tomb, that is something very special.
And I also love the combat, because we really, again, if Lara's going to be at the height of her experience, at the height of her skills, we have to make sure that we're upping the challenge for the player. And so you are starting with a Lara that's very capable, very calculating, but Trinity has her outgunned, outnumbered. They have better tactics. They're bringing their A game to try and make the Maya apocalypse happen so they can shape the world in their vision. So Lara has to use a lot more tactics, and so we really increase the number of stealth options at your disposal, the number of assault options at your disposal. So you've still got choice in how you play. And one of the things I'm most excited about is, in previous games, if you were in stealth and then you got found, you go into assault and the enemies always knew where you were. You could not get back into stealth, so we've completely overhauled it so that the enemy AI will eventually give up looking for you. So you can hide up in the trees, you can evade them for long enough that they will then go back to their normal patrols, and then you can re-engage on stealth.
Well, and the jungle is the perfect environment for that, because you see it's so lush. There's all these high grass you can hide, and
Absolutely.
then the trees, and you guys like climb up there. And then I even saw at one point where she climbs up and has to like traverse over a long log and then jump down on her.
Absolutely.
On her,
Yeah,
on the villains.
And this is what we call becoming one with the jungle. And there's this great moment in the game where Lara is face to face with a jaguar, and she's focused on it just intently, like, okay, this is my threat. And meanwhile, another jaguar is sneaking up behind her, and it gets the jump on her. And she learns this is how the jungle operates. And so from then on, Lara becomes the jaguar woman, where she will hide in the canopy, she will hide in the lush vine walls, strike, and then disappear again. And so this idea of becoming one with the jungle means using it to Lara's advantage, using it to sow fear and chaos with the enemy, and using it so that you can even the odds against
We
Trinity.
even saw at one point she was like painting her face all in mud and
Yeah,
like
she's
getting
really getting
down
into
in
it.
there.
But that's the thing. This is the fantasy of becoming the jungle, because disappearing in it, and this is the thing that you were talking about, all the options, this crazy amount of options you can do in stealth. We even redefined the way we were approaching the environment for the stealth, for example. So putting the mud gives you a lot more opportunities for you to hide and to disappear. And that's the thing that is key, because that's the ultimate, for her, the ultimate survival, the ultimate aspect of mastering the environment is all about is becoming that environment. So not only is she going to use the vine walls, but she will use more mud walls. She's going to disappear like that very quickly. So the enemies think it's not her attacking them. It's the world. It's the jungle. The animals go crazy. They start screaming. The monkeys go. Ah, 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 ah. So all this, the people are just. Trinity doesn't know. They're like, what the hell is happening? And everything we do in combat is to make Lara and the player be able to disappear. And we even add a new AI component in there where the AI doesn't look for you anymore. It looks for potential threat. So you can play with them to do whatever you
They'll
want
go
with
where
them,
you
like a
think-
cat and mouse gameplay type thing.
They'll go where they think Lara was. And you can use that fear against
so
the
you
enemy.
distract them and
You
like
can distract them, or you
nice.
could shoot an arrow behind a guard. He'll turn around quickly and fire where he thinks the arrow is coming from. He could maybe hit one of his soldiers. We have a crafting mechanic where you could make an arrow called the Jaguar's Fear, hit an enemy with it. He'll start to see visions, and he will then start shooting at his friends, saying, "You're one of them." So it's a great
That's
way
crazy.
to even the odds. Even the mud that Dan was talking about, one of my favorite moments is if you go head on with an enemy and do a takedown, if another guy is close enough to see it, he'll be like, "Oh, what's going on?"
hell is
And then
that?
you can actually get a double takedown on him while he's scared, seeing his first friend get taken out.
Seems like there's tons of options to take down enemies in this version of Tomb Raider.
Absolutely. Tons of combat, but again, also, we really wanted to make sure that there was a great balance. We have to up the ante in everything. So we already talked about the traversal, we talked about the underwater survival, but when you talk about the hubs as well, Dan mentioned, it's the biggest hub we've ever built in a Tomb Raider game. So yes, we're going to take you on that roller coaster ride, we'll give you the action, but every now and then we're going to pause the narrative, we're going to open up the world and say, okay, explore at your pace. There is tons of side quests, tons of challenge tombs, tons of people to interact with who are going to give you things to do, social puzzles, which is a new type of experience that we have, where you have to figure out who wants what and help them get it in order for them to
Kind of
help
like
you.
an RPG mechanic that you're adding into it a little bit.
It's not so much an RPG as it is understanding the world and learning how, like a puzzle. We look at a puzzle element in combat, in traversal, as well as in the hubs. How do I make the world do what I want it to do?
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. So we're starting to run out of time. What's the one last thing you want to tell everybody out there about why Tomb Raider is going to be the best ever in the franchise?
Yeah, I think it's really exciting because for the fans who have been with us from the beginning, they know that this is the culmination of Lara's origin story. So this is Lara becoming the Tomb Raider she's meant to be. It's her achieving her destiny. For the new fans that are coming along who maybe didn't play the previous ones, it's great because the stakes have never been higher. This is the perfect time to jump in. This is the Maya apocalypse. This is Lara racing against Trinity to save humanity. So we're really excited for everybody to experience it on September 14th.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna level it!
guys come through here?
Tau team, Croft is on a vector toward your position. I say again, Croft is coming to you.
Jesus Christ.
Shh. We'll get her, sir.
Show me her corpse, and your entire team is next to her for deacon training. Rourke out.
Terrible.
I'll kill you all! Jesus.
Where's that backup? Base camp's having trouble receiving you. As soon as this is up, we'll use it to boost your signal.
What now?
I got it.
Okay. How the hell do we attach these together? Kappa team still has eyes on Jonah Maeva.
Can we get more light in here?
Kappa team still has eyes on Jonah Maeva. Can you spell me a bit? Gotta check in with Maltese.
Sure. Gives me something to do. Hey, you know Maltese's access code? 010353 Mike.
Hey, heading over there now. Need some backup here. This place is empty. Body here. Looks recent. Guards up.
They can't be far.
Gotta find out what's going on. You, take point.
Lead the way.
Maybe there.
Enemy spotted!
We hope that you like what you've just seen. There's so much depth to the combat that we cannot wait to show you more. There's new traversal techniques like rappelling and wall running. We even have a full 360-degree underwater swimming, which means full underwater exploration and survival. We have also one of the biggest hubs we ever created in any Tomb Raider game, featuring a hidden city. And of course, we have tombs. We have more of them, and they're deadlier than ever before. But for now, we're gonna leave you with a video that will give you a taste of what to expect out of Shadow the Tomb Raider and how Lara Croft becomes the Tomb Raider that she's destined to be.
shouldn't he get hold of this?
Let's think this through.
Do you realize the tragedy you have unleashed? The cleansing has begun. It falls to me now to stop it before it consumes us all.
What have I done? You need to trust me.
We have to trust each other.
I speak
He wants to alter the course of humanity. If you had that power, what would you do?